May I start, Mr. Banerjee?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome to everybody. Before we start actual presentation, there is an appeal from Gurudas College. You know that many places in West Bengal and Odisha were severely affected due to super cyclone Amphan last week. A lot of portion in these two states were still under water. There is no electricity and also network connectivity. So please extend your full support to the people so that they can get their relief as early as possible. Now, for today's webinar, we will start through the welcome address of our beloved principal, the principal of Gurudas College, Dr. Mousumi Chatterjee. So may I request our principal madam to give her welcome address.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected presenter, Mr. Shubhabrata Banerjee, Principal Project Officer, Systems National Digital Library of India, IIT Kharagpur, all the delegates from our states and other states, and my dear colleagues, that is my faculty members of Gurudas College, and my dear students. It gives me a warm welcome for every one of you present in the interest of the entire college community. Now, I am telling a few words about our institution. Gurudas College established in 1956 after the name of Sir Gurudas Banerjee, the first Vice Chancellor in Calcutta University. Our institution offers 20 general courses, 18 honors courses, and 3 post-graduation courses, Bengali, Physics, and Zoology. Our college has the tradition of holding Sir Gurudas Banerjee lecture in every year. One thing that is earned while you learn, that is an innovative scheme of the college to ensure students' participation in college functioning and governance. The scheme is open to all bona fide students. An honorarium is granted annually to the concerned students for the assigned work related to the campus development. The college has different cells for the benefit of the students. That is, for example, NSS unit, anti-ragging cell, placement cell, career counseling cell, and so many. It is worth mentioning that the solar power plant installed in Gurudas College is the first one in East India. We are really proud of our library as well as librarian, Dr. Jaideep Chandra. The library uses RFID and ES system. It is also used several open access software. Our catalog can be accessed in 24/7 hours from anywhere in the world. Anyway, I offer my thanks to Mr. Banerjee for taking his time in presenting this webinar entitled Accessing and Contributing Digital Resources in National Digital Library of India, organized by Gurudas College Library and IQSC. I convey my thanks to them also. I'm sure this webinar will be beneficial for all of us. I hope the webinar is going to be fruitful one for the participants. I offer my good wishes for the stakeholders. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. She plays very inspiring role to us. Now, this time, may I request the Honorable Coordinator of IQAC Gurudas College, Professor Triporna Mujumdar, to say something about this webinar. Madam, please start.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all. The pandemic has changed our lifestyle drastically. When we face nature's fury, the super cyclone Amphan, which spelled disaster on them. But life must go. We had scheduled today's webinar on May 24, 2020, which was not possible due to massive disruption of internet connectivity. But, as the saying goes, better late than never. We are being able to organize the webinar today. On behalf of Internal Quality Assurance Cell, Gurudas College, I welcome you all to today's webinar. A few words for the participants who are not familiar with the role of Internal Quality Assurance Cell in higher education institutions in India. We usually refer to this cell as IQAC. IQAC involves methods for facilitating quality enhancement. It internalizes quality culture within the institution by institutionalizing good practices. It acts as a dynamic system for quality changes in higher education institutions. IQAC develops and implements quality benchmarks for various academic and administrative activities. Its functions include organizing intra as well as inter-institutional workshops and seminars. It evolves mechanisms for research sharing and networking with other institutions, not only in India but also abroad. Today's webinar, jointly organized by Gurudas College Library and IQAC Gurudas College, is one of such initiatives. During the lockdown, we are confined to our homes, but by no means we are ignoring our responsibilities. On the one hand, we are imparting knowledge to our students with the help of online techniques, and on the other, moving forward with our academic pursuits. While we do into online teaching, we are taking challenges faced therein in our stride. As of now, online teaching is facing a temporary hurdle due to poor internet connectivity. We are getting ourselves accustomed to organizing and participating in webinars which admit us without violating norm of social distancing. Today's webinar is third in the series organized by us. I really appreciate the initiative taken by our librarian, Dr. Joydeep Chandra, in organizing today's event. Today's topic, accessing and contributing digital resources in National Digital Library of India, sounds really interesting. Our speaker today, Mr. Shubhabrata Banerjee, is an expert on this subject. We are extremely grateful to him that he has taken out time from his busy schedule to deliver this lecture. I've come to know that a college library possesses at least 48 rare books, which we would like to digitize with the help of National Digital Library of India so that they become available worldwide. I think today's webinar will be very helpful in this regard. I'm certain that today's lecture will be an enthralling experience and definitely enrich one and all. Without taking any more time, I request Dr. Joydeep Chandu to continue with the proceedings. Thank you.
Thank you, Triponadi, for your nice presentation. Now, this is my turn, actually. So you know that Gurudas College Library is play an important role in the academic world in the country and also in abroad. It simultaneously maintains physical as well as online resources. We have more than 46,000 books and journals in our library, and every year we are spending more than 7 to 8 lakhs for purchasing of books and journals. Not only that, we are maintaining RFID system, EAS systems, and other technological system for day-to-day functioning of the library. And regarding our online library, we are using so many open source open access software, open source software actually. We are using Koha from 2010 onwards. And not only that, we are using Omeka for creating digital repository for the faculty members. This is not only not online, this is offline till now. We are using Wikimedia for preservation of question papers and syllabus. Not only that, we are using Moodle database, and total system of this webinar is conducting under this, and through Moodle we are just uploading a total e-content and assignments of faculty members for the benefit of the students, and all the systems are available in 27 hours from anywhere in the world. So please use these systems, and in case of any problem, please mail us so that we can develop our system in near future. And for this total systems, we are very much grateful to Bengal Library Association. The association is customizing and also maintaining the total system. And also we are very much grateful to our library staff members, our college officials, and also faculty and non-teaching staff members of the college. Now about today's webinar. Actually, we have organized one workshop on digitization in January 2020, and we have organized that particular workshop in collaboration with Vicmans. The main aim of the workshop is that there are many libraries in West Bengal and also in country have many rare books. So we have to digitize the rare book, and not only that, we have also to upload this rare book in our national database. So how can we just do this? There are two issues. Number one is financial crisis of the libraries, because to purchase a huge scanner like book i4 or other things, so you have to pay more than rupees 16 to 17 lakhs. It is very difficult for a college library. So we think about the resource sharing and collaborative effort to other libraries, so that 3 or 4 or 10 libraries can join together to make this digitization work. For the next step, we are consulting with National Digital Library of India, especially with Mr. Shivbrata Banerjee, that they can help or not. And according to themselves, they can help it. There are two issues. One is digitization issues, and another one is to creation of just metadata. That is also very difficult for library professionals. So we have to manage both the things in simultaneous way. For this, we have a plan to organize another seminar, another physical seminar actually, physical seminar with the help of National Digital Library of India. But during the period of lockdown, we are approaching Mr. Shivbrata Banerjee, one of the main key person of the National Digital Library of India, to organize a webinar. And we are very much grateful that he gave his kind consent to deliver a presentation. About Mr. Shivbrata Banerjee, there is nothing to say about him. He is one of the pioneer of creating digital resources using this space in the country. He is one of the key person of National Digital Library of India. So we are very much grateful to him. Now, today we have more than about 550 participants from all around the country and also abroad. Participants from Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Bangladesh, and other countries, Middle East countries, are attending today's webinar. So we have a plan that after the presentation of Mr. Shivabrat Banerjee, we have two renowned speaker from Bangladesh. One, Mr. Professor Shariful Islam from University of Rajshahi. Another one is Dr. Muhammad Anwarul Islam from Shere Bangla Agricultural University, Bangladesh. So after Mr. Banerjee's talk is over, they will provide their suggestion or opinion regarding betterment of the NDLI. And our request is that the participants please hear the talk of the Mr. Banerjee, and then if you have any question, please open your chat box and please type the question so that Mr. Banerjee can answer. So may I request Mr. Banerjee to start your lecture. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Chando. Thank you, Dr. Jadip Chando, to inviting me to Gurudas Banerjee College for this webinar. I am always with you. I'm already involved with the Bengal Library Association, as you know very well, and I will continue my support. National Digital Library of India. On behalf of National Digital Library of India, I can say that we are ready to help you out. For the digitization process, there are some we need to talk to our seniors, the mentors of National Digital Library of India, and we are there to help you out in any way you like. Right. So may I start my presentation? So yeah. Yeah. So welcome all participants to this webinar. I think you are ready to listen once again to National Digital Library of India. This is today my topic will be accessing and contributing digital contents to NDLI or National Digital Library of India. So myself, Principal Project Officer Systems, I head the systems team in National Digital Library project. This is a project of Ministry of Human Resources Development, spearheaded by IIT Kharagpur and guided by many senior faculties of IIT Kharagpur, and they are very well guiding us and guiding this project to become for this project to become a project. This project should become a national success. So today my agenda will be, first of all, I will talk about the perspectives of NDLI. Then I will show a bit of what are the few attractions, why it is so special about National Digital Library of India, some technology behind what is all about, some bit of statistics. We'll give an interface, if possible, a live demo. I will show you the interface, how it looks, what are the features of the interface. We'll compare with two case studies with Google, and my final thing will be how can a person contribute to National Digital Library of India, and a very brief introduction, very short introduction to NDLI Club, which is still in the queue to be released, and sort of registration process of NDLI. So coming to the perspective, actually, we know that every month, a few million of students are turning 18 and they are ready for their career, and to begin their career and to educate all these people up to 18 years of age. There was a study conducted by the government of India, and they found that they need to start 6 universities and 270 colleges every month to bridge this education. Today, what means to make India a fully literate country, to make declare India as 100% literacy, we need to build 6 universities and 270 colleges every month to bridge this gap, what it is now today, and maybe what it will be now, or what it will be after a few years. So to bridge this gap, there was no option, because this is a totally infeasible thing to build 6 universities and 270 colleges physically to educate all these people. So now it was a requirement for a digital technology to handle this situation. And for this digital technology, NDLI was brought into the picture, and NDLI was thought of. NDLI's plan, National Digital Library, some kind of a digital library would be good for the students to educate and all these things, that was thought of. And now this would, we thought that this would have overcome the challenge. But now speaking today, means today when this lockdown, we are on the verge of lockdown 5, possibly 5.0. So we think that NDL has really proved itself to become really a supportive, really a education hub for all the students of all types, all research scholars, all lifelong learners. During this lockdown period, because the students, because the colleges are in lockdown, nobody can go to the college, nobody can visit their tuition, nobody can meet, no students can meet their teachers. So in this kind of a lockdown situation, so self-study is the most valid thing today, and NDLI is helping each and every students for this kind of study. So in 2017, we have got an Embillionth award for Embillionth South Asian Award for our mobile app, and NDLI is also the winner of Gems of India 2019 for excellence in e-governance. Now, what is the vision of NDL? So in this vision, NDLI is becoming a national knowledge hub and also a cultural asset. So national knowledge hub means it is becoming a knowledge hub for each and every students of all levels, for research scholars and all, and also to the another aim of NDL, another vision of NDLI is to preserve the cultural heritage of the country. So cultural heritage could be preserved for a long after we digitize those cultural assets. So it is also a digital form of all the cultural asset. It's going to be a digital form of all the cultural asset. So this key driving force for this education, research, cultural heritage, innovation, and knowledge sharing in India. So our motto is open and inclusive. Our motto first is open. That means we are open to all. We are open in technology. We are open in content. We are inclusive in all type of educational contents. We are inclusive in all kinds of what called cultural heritage contents. We are inclusive in all kind of knowledge sharing. So this motto of NDL will take it up to the national level. NDLI was dedicated to the nation on 19 June 2018, and it is the high time that at that time by the then Minister for Human Resources Development, Mr. Javadekar, and he said that it is the high time that India speaks for itself to highlight, offer, and share its own cultural, spiritual, academic, and scientific heritage on its own terms. So our mission is to bring up a 24/7 enabled, integrated, ubiquitous digital knowledge source, and to protect and preserve India's cultural and academic scientific heritage. So why NDL is so special? Going into that, we say, so see, this is the portal. These are the two portals of NDL. One is for on the left hand side, you see that is the website of NDL, and on the right side it is our mobile app. So this is the two landing pages of NDL. On the left hand side, if you have visited earlier, you could have seen that the page which was earlier, which is not down, now the page has been modified to this kind of a page, and now you can find your desired content very easily, because we have divided into three categories. One is at study at home, one is COVID-19 repository, one is featured collections. I will come to those, all these things. So first is our landing page. We have a lot of what called contents, and we have categorized those content into several buckets. Now for the multilingual interface, I can say that this multilingual interface of NDL is also helping a lot of students, a lot of people throughout the country, because India has a lot of language contents around the country, a lot of language speaking people, a lot of medium of education throughout the country. Currently we have 11 languages including English, and we are still counting. We may be releasing some more few official languages soon in the NDL's website. So multilingual interface is another attractive feature of NDL, by which you can change the interface of NDL to your own language. Contents for all levels. We have contents for all levels, right from the school to undergraduate, postgraduate, research, and lifelong learner. This promotes education in all levels. That is student, very early students, right from the class 2 or 3, he might find his own books of NCERT, of CBSE question papers. Even an undergraduate student can find his some research papers which you may like to pursue, by some video lectures to understand the subject. Maybe some postgraduate students are also looking for research papers and video lectures. Research scholars find their PhD thesis, their new research topics, and lifelong learner also looks for their own topics. And apart from this, we also have some bit of non-educative, some general books, like National Book Trust of India has donated their books. Some exploratorium is there in school education. You can see that to build something for the time pass of the students, you can ask the students to be creative of their own, and they can bring up their own some experiments done. You can visit school bucket and find out the exploratorium. That's a very good collection you can see in India. Now, contents for all subjects. We have contents for all kind of subjects, right from school to arts and humanities, to management, to law, and to engineering. Every bit of content we have. So whatever may be the education level, whatever may be the education subject a student is pursuing, he can find his or her own contents. Now this is our new repository which has come up, this COVID-19 research repository, which is currently put up in NDL. This kind of repository is very much new to NDL, because this repository is I will explain it this later on, but you can see that there are scholarly publications, there are data sets, there are documents and videos related to COVID-19 research. There are journals and conferences, and most interestingly, there are ideas and fundings. Like if you want to have some idea on research, or you want some funding from the government of India, you can easily log into NDL and see that what are the government fundings currently available. And if you want to start up a business of your own, what are the challenges behind that? What are the possible ideas behind your startup? So you can go through those collections and see what are the current challenges and what are the current startups being held in this thing. And most important thing, another important thing in COVID-19 research repository is you have option to donate your content. Say you might have seen that there is some thing which is missing in COVID-19 research repository, and which should be there. That is very much useful for the your fellow researchers. So NDL welcomes you to donate that content to us. We'll see to it that we put it up in the NDL portal. And also apart from this, we have study from home. Study from home is another important thing, which also helps the students who are in lockdown, who are not able to attend school, attend colleges, attend universities. They can at least study from home, and maybe they are not wasting their time. And there are after the exam, after this COVID-19 lockdown is over, their exams are exams will start. Like JEE exams will be held in the end of June or maybe in July. So all these things will start after this, just after the lockdown ends. And for that, we have come up with JEE question papers. We have come up with the engineering what called video lectures. We have come up with what called your literature books, management books, law books, everything which are currently hosted in NDLI. But they are put in several different buckets. So whichever bucket is your desired, you find that you want to learn science, you can go into science bucket directly, and no need to go from the front end, and no need to search directly from there. You can directly go to science and filter out your results. After this, this is another important feature of NDL which has made it unique. That is the featured collections. These featured collections, you know, this is the this 2020 is the birth centenary of the great filmmaker Satyajit Ray. All the Bengalis know this day, know this year is celebrating this year in a very big form. So this birth centenary of Satyajit Ray is, we have put all his collections in a single bucket. So people wants to know about him, or the students want to know about him, will be in this what called repository. We have come up with a person of this week, those who have donated their contents, those faculties, those who have donated their contents. They are and maybe maximum number of contents they have donated. Our mentors are there to decide who is the person of the week. So this week it is Professor Shalab. He is from IIT Kanpur. So you can go into that person of the week collection and see what he has done, what he has donated. And topics of the week, these are, this week it is the pandemics in history. So that is another collection we have, topics in history, and talks and webinars generally organized by NDL are being kept in another bucket. So this is a very good collection. You can just for your knowledge or in your leisure, you can just find out what are the collections present here. Coming into the technical details of NDL. So first is the most technical part is the metadata. So metadata is the heart of NDL, we can say. This is, I think all of you know that it's a textual information which is related to the content, which can lead you to the content, but it is not directly the content. So this is what called the metadata by definition. Now it says that it includes information that enables user to identify, discover, search, browse, interpret, or manage content. So this is the function of a metadata, that it enables the user to browse, search, and all these things. Because metadata is the only part, what called structured data by which you can easily identify your desired content. Now it includes hyperlink that takes to the particular content hosted outside the NDL. So you know that NDL generally does not keep your contents within it. NDL actually sees that whatever content it needs to be was already hosted in some maybe other university site and other, it directly takes you from the NDL portal to their portal to view, for the viewing of the content. Now it actually all these contents are provided by different content contributors. So NDL directly links these contents from NDL from the portal to the content contributors. Now the last is may include an expressive description of the content. That is called an abstract, or maybe a description of the content that is already present in our metadata. As you know that description or abstract is already a part of that metadata. Yeah, it's lastly we say that NDL does not store contents, it only ingests metadata for search and browse. Ingest metadata means it takes the metadata. it uploads the metadata for search and browse. The content or the full text is delivered from the source. Now coming to the use models of NDL. In this use model, we say that who are the people, those who are accessing NDL. So first is the physically challenged researchers, learners, professionals. All these people are accessing NDL. They are getting to know they are searching, or they are maybe filtering out the contents, and finally reaching their desired content, or maybe the desired document. So where from all these things are coming? So first is the content contributing institutions. There are many contributing institutions, like there are maybe organizations, there may be some individual contributors, there may be some what called some organization, NGOs. They can they can contribute their content. So these are the content contributors. And NDL also stores all the user access into a learning management system. Okay, I'll come to this later, but before that, the other type of contents are coming from the institutional digital repositories of the institutes, like the institutes like college, IITs, NITs, other universities, state level universities, central level universities. So all these contents are coming from the institutional digital repositories, where the contents are actually hosted, and NDL actually points their content from its interface. Now, after once the user wants to access the content, and user have maybe searched, maybe has filtered out, or maybe gone into a bucket and finally reached a content. Finally, once he has reached a content and trying to read it out. So in this, we have a learning management system kind of a thing. So this learning management system is storing each and every search, each and every content which the users are viewing, and each and every clicks users have given or clicked to reach this content, and finally how many pages these users have visited those, how many pages the user have read the content. Actually, what you have read, it is quite difficult for us to understand, but how many pages have you reached of that particular content, that is being tracked. So this is the work of a learning management system, which is behind this is the back end of the NDL, and is taking care of all the user activities. So we call this as a user experience tracking system. This is commonly known as user experience tracking system. So again, coming to this content, what we include in NDL is having some educational value. We expect that the content you contribute is having some educational value, and the content is a born digital content, preferably a born digital content, or it might be a digital surrogate of a physical object, like it's a photograph of a building, of maybe a temple which is very old. It may be a photograph of a statue which is kept outside. So that's a digital surrogate of a physical object, and also the digital metadata of a physical object, the metadata of a physical object. That means you may not be able to take pictures of it, you may not be able to scan it, you may not be able to do anything out of that physical object, but you can say that yes, this kind of a physical object is with us, and if required, you can get in touch with these people to get to know more about this. It is kept in this library. So all this kind of information is a content at NDLI. Metadata at NDLI is another thing. Metadata, as I have already said, that NDLI does not store contents. NDLI only ingests metadata, and the full text or content is delivered from the source source content provider. So there are around 293 featured content contributors of NDL. As you can see in this list, there are many more. To total, we have around 293 content contributors, those who have contributed their contents to NDL. The top 20 contributors are listed here. The World eBook Library being the top, then Site CRX, PubMed Central, IEEE Explore Digital Library, WHO, DOAJ, Semantic Scholar, United States Department of Energy, OSTI, this very famous repository, Springer Link, Paperity, ARXIV, High Court of Karnataka. They have around 11 lakh contents donated by High Court of Karnataka. All the cases up to 2019 has been donated by them. ERIC, State Library of Massachusetts. All these things are top 20 contributors are listed over here. Now, coming to the range of contents, what kind of contents we have? For institutions, schools, and higher education and boards, we have lecture slides, videos, class notes, coursewares, term papers, assignments, solutions. So these are the type of contents, at the range of contents NDL can accept. If you have class notes, if you have a total course, if the course is taught by a teacher, you can see lab experiments, manuals, case studies, and everything is there. Question banks of JEE and GATE and model answers, everything is there. And then for institutional, these are for institutions of school institutions and everything. And then for research publications and research and professionals, we have faculty publications, electronic thesis and dissertations, PhD and master's research projects, books and periodicals, journals, ebooks, and everything. Annual reports, this is a very important thing. We have a lot of annual reports there. You can just go into NDL and see. And then we have encyclopedia, dictionaries, and all these things are there. Apart from this, we have also institutional and open contributors, multimodal, multifaceted contents for this data set, benchmark models, and maps and softwares. We have manuscripts. We can accept paintings and sculpture, music, dance, drama, audio, video content, everything. So all these are the range of contents of NDLI, which NDLI can take and integrate into its repository. So this is a very important thing to learn in NDL, that once you are looking for the contents, so you see that this kind of figures, this kind of notations are given just below the results, search results, or maybe filtered results, whatever you see. So if you see all these things, you need to understand that what each of these means. So first one is that open lock, green color open lock, means it's a open access contents. That means you need not register yourself to view this content. You will be able to view as a guest. You can be a guest to view this content. This is open to all. Then comes a symbol, a deep green color man, written NDLI on it. So that says that it is restricted content. That means it could be accessed only from NDLI. Example, South Asia Archive. South Asia Archive can be accessed only from NDL. If you are not accessing from NDL, and if you are going into the South Asian archives directly, you'll see that you are not able to access. You need to have a subscription for that. But if you are through NDL, you need not do a subscription. You can directly access any content of South Asia archives. So this is the second type. Third type is a limited access. So maybe you can see up to metadata, but if you want to have a full text, if you want to see the full text content, you need authorization by the source authority. Like the source authority, if you have a login ID over there, you can directly access. Otherwise, you cannot. So maybe ISAR Bhopal is an example of this I have given. Apart from this, if you see this orange color lock symbol, which is unlocked, so this says that it is a subscription model content, like for a Springer, maybe for IEEE Explore, maybe for other journals which are in NDL, and those journals needs to be subscribed from your side if you want to access through NDL. If you are accessing from your institute or you are accessing from your college, and the college has its own subscription for this kind of journals, then there is no problem. Otherwise, subscribed contents are to be subscribed from your side. And this red lock symbol is a fully restricted content, so you need to obtain permission from the authority to access those contents. Like example, it's IIT Jodhpur. IIT Jodhpur restricted their content, so if you want to view any of their contents, you need to need to request their librarian and get to know the login ID to access their contents. Now, who is this for? As I've already told, that NDLI is for all learners, for all people, for all kind of what called school students, college professionals, academic researchers, edupreneurs, and lifelong learners. Edupreneurs are one of the important things. They can develop their own software depending on the NDL platform, so that they can design a course or something like that. So now a general walkthrough to the NDL pages. So this is the first page of NDL. You can to reach this page, you can directly give ndl.iitkgp.ac.in or www.ndl.gov.in, or you can search in Google, say, for National Digital Library of India or NDLI, whatever it is. So you give this have this URL ready in front of you, and you get to this page. So I've said earlier that there are three set of collections in this page. One is study at home, one is COVID-19 research repository, another is a featured collection. So these three collections are there. This is set of collections are there, which has their own buckets. So I'm coming to this. So first is the collection for school. We have for school collection, we have video lectures, JEE preparation materials, simulations, and books from NCERT, CBSE, and other state boards if you want, and books for general reading. General reading books are for like National Book Trust of India, and all these things are there. JEE preparation materials, there are NDLI tutors. They have not only JEE questions and their answers, but also they have solutions to those answers. How to reach from the question to the answer. So I would request all the participants to place their question once I end, because I will be distracted from my presentation. I need to look at the questions which has been given. So I would request all of you, if you have already given the questions, so please forgive me if I missed it out. But at the end, I will surely answer all your queries. So coming to this again, so this video lectures, JEE preparation materials, all these things are there. This is a small presentation for all these things. This is the main page. If I say this is the main page, which you see, first page, and these are the subsequent pages from where you can see the collections, different collections of school. This is for the JEE preparation materials. These are all the video lectures. You can see exam fear, you can see spoken tutorial, you can see exploratorium, you can see TED-Ed. This is a very, very, very important collections, TED-Ed and exam fear. They are very important for the school students right from class 3 to class 12. They can see the video lectures, they can understand the subject very well. That will help them in the self-learning. So next is the collection for engineering. All the subjects, most of the subjects are covered in engineering. Whatever we have: aerospace, architecture, chemical, civil, computer science, electrical, electronics, mechanical, mining, ocean, and textile. Apart from this, there are some common subjects. And each of these collection, they have their own set of video lectures, their question papers, their class notes, maybe donated from different colleges and universities. Now comes the collection of science. Apart from the specific science subjects like agricultural, atmospheric, biology, and biotechnology, chemistry, physics, computer science, environmental science, nanotechnology. These are, and apart from this, there are some common subjects in science which are very much useful. This also has their own set of video lectures, question papers, class notes, maybe some bit of research papers are also there, journal papers are there. So all these are present in this kind of collection. Apart from this, we have collections from humanities subject. So general history, geography, sociology, political science, and everything are there. Philosophy is also there. We have collection of literature. we'll explore a bit of this kind of a collection, how it is being organized and all this, and how you can reach easily to your content. So or maybe all this sub collection is not the same way sorted, but some collection has its own way of sorting, so that it helps the user to reach the desired content very easily. We have collections from management, we have video lectures, we have management questions from STEMIZ, we have articles from IIM Ahmedabad, video lectures from NPTEL, and some bit of faculty contribution. Yes, some bit of faculty contributions are there, like the faculties, those who want to teach a course and they are not finding it difficult, they are finding it very difficult to reach their students very easily. They can contribute their contents, they can contribute their video lectures, which is hosted outside, maybe in YouTube, maybe in somewhere else. They can give us their link, they can send their presentations, they can give us their links to the books which the students must follow, which we will put it up in NDL, and if the student wants to, if the faculty wants to refer that these are all the students must read these books before, after my class, or before or after my class, then he can directly refer to the URL of NDL, and he can directly give the link where this content is hosted. Apart from this, we have law collection. Here we have Human Rights Law Network. We have, I have said already that we have the judgments of Karnataka High Court. We have some bit of video lectures. We have the law question papers of Dishpur Law College. This is a new collection which has come up. Apart from this, we have COVID-19 scholarly publications, as I've said. This is the most interesting thing in NDL, I can say. This is a new feature of NDL which has been launched after this pandemic has started and the lockdown, after the lockdown has started. Our NDL staff members have given enormous effort to give or bring up this NDL, bring up this new features, to launch these new features in spite of this pandemic and in spite of this lockdown, sitting at their home, facing some network issues, facing power issues, and facing means they are not able to access their computers in their office. So it's a very difficult situation, I can say. In spite of this situation, they have been able to come up with this kind of a called interface. This COVID-19 repository is a different kind of repository. It can be searched from within it. Like you may not search from NDL. You directly come up to the COVID-19 repository and search your desired content over here. And there are, this COVID-19 repository has scholarly publications. COVID-19 repository has their own data sets, ideas funding, and your startups, all these things are there. And here, I just wanted you to just keep a note that here there is a suggest a resource button is there to, if something is missing over here and you feel that this content must be present in this COVID-19 repository, so you please suggest a resource. You click on this button and then there is a form will come up. I will tell you later on. I will show everything, all these things. Just keep in mind that I will show this suggest a resource, right? This COVID-19 repository is very important. Very importantly, we have the data sets which are used for the analysis of this COVID-19. We have coronavirus data set. We have the NCOV data set for Africa. There are some data sets in GitHub which can be used. Zenodo, there are some data sets which can be used for analysis and all these things. There are data repositories also where you can directly reach those data repositories and download those data for your analysis. Now, apart from some video lectures and documents are also there. There are some, this is the most important thing. One is ideas and funding. So what are the funding ideas of the government? What are the funds of the government which has been allotted to this COVID-19 research purposes? So you can directly see here that if a person wants to pursue COVID-19 research, then he or she could find out the desired funding from the government. And there are some blogs also there, how to use those funders and where to apply, and all these things are also there. This is another important thing, which is challenges in startup, which is also a new thing in COVID-19 research. There are all the challenges, what challenges people have faced, what are the startup ideas people can get out of this. This is a very important thing in COVID-19 research. In now today, standing at this point of time in this pandemic lockdown, this is very important thing. If a person after this lockdown is over, if he or she wants to start up a new company, he can come up here and he or she could see the resources of NDA. He can get an idea from NDA. Apart from this, say I have said that how to read a journal. How do we read a journal in a library? We go to a particular rack and we see that there are a lot of volumes and issues listed there. And in this volumes and issues, we have we go to the particular article we want. Like it has been mentioned somewhere that this article is present in this volume and this issue. So in library, what we do, we go to a particular rack where all the volumes of that journal is there. We take out the desired volume and we volume and issue, and we take out that volume. We know the article number. We can just find out. We have the index. We can find out which article we want. We read it. So similarly, in NDL also, we have a kind of a content stitching. We say it's a content stitching, but here in the similar way, you go to the library and look for the volumes. You can just click any of this article and just find out what are the how the volumes and issues listed over there. So each of these volumes has its own set of issues, and you go to that particular issue and then go to the particular desired article. And if you want to again come to a different volume, say maybe in that volume, in that article, another article has been mentioned that is in another volume of the same journal. You go to another volume. Here it is very easy just to click on that plus symbol and go to that particular volume and issue. So it is listed in that way, so that it is easier for you to browse and go to the particular content very easily. In JEE Advanced also, this content stitching is helping the students in this way, that they can particularly go to a JEE Advanced, say it is the content which is listed here is a JEE Advanced 2017 paper 1, and within that collection we have JEE Advanced Physics 2017 paper 1, then JEE Advanced question paper 1 and question paper 2, question 1 and question 2, this all from paper 1. So if it is question 2, this is the question 2 of physics in 2017 paper 1. So easily you can reach here of JEE Advanced. So easily you can directly browse through the JEE contents and reach here. Yes, you can view the contents, you can see the solutions, you can study online from here. But if you want to download the contents, that is not allowed from here. Till now it is not allowed from here. You can directly view the contents, because NDL, we ensure that it runs 24/7. We have also a disaster recovery center at Kolkata. So if at all Kharagpur there is any disaster happened, suddenly there is no power at Kharagpur, IIT Kharagpur, then it will automatically switch to Kolkata, and so that the students and the learners doesn't get disrupted from their learning. This is a literature-based content stitching. This is what you are seeing, learning Sanskrit from the literature. This is also a stitched content. So all the literature, you can see that the contents on the right hand side panel, it is stitched content, and to the left hand side you can see the content is being shown. Similarly, this is a content from the Karnataka High Court. As you see that this case on the left hand side, which you are seeing here, this is the case number. This is the case number. It is of January. It's a law judgment of 2019. This is the case bench is Bengaluru, and the case type is a criminal petition. So in this way, you can browse through several other collections of Karnataka High Court and reach your desired content very easily. This makes NDLI stand apart from the others. So the same way as you go to the library, take out your particular book, read that book, the same way you can come to NDL, take out that particular content and read sitting at your home. And again, this is a browse by source. Why I have given this browse by source, because see, all the faculties from different parts of the country, they have contributed their content to NDLI for the ease of their students. See, for faculty contribution, there are currently 354 items listed. They are all video lectures. Maybe put it up in YouTube or maybe somewhere else. They have given their links to those videos, and NDLI have hosted up that content. And if the students, those who cannot come to the class during this lockdown, they can directly read sitting at their home. They can do a self-study. Now coming to this featured collection, the birth centenary of Satyajit Ray. We are celebrating this year, 2020, as a birth centenary. So the books authored by Satyajit Ray. There are many books. The manuscripts of the films, generally we call it Kheror Khata, as you very much familiar with this name. Discussions on films of Satyajit Ray and articles and theses on Satyajit Ray. So these all are listed out in a single place, so that it is easier for you to find out. It is in NDL. If you can directly go to NDL, look for Satyajit Ray, search for Satyajit Ray, you can reach all these contents separately. But if you want to look for all contents related to Satyajit Ray, you can directly come to this bucket and find out your desired content. This is the person of the week. I have said that he is Professor Shalab from he is from Mathematics and Statistics Department of IIT Kanpur, and he has donated his teaching materials, books and research publications to NDL and become the person of the week. So if you want to donate your contents to NDLI, mail us, mail to the support, mail to other contents, let me know. I'll give you the particular content, I will give you the particular mail address to where once you mail them, we curate the contents. But this is mainly for the faculties, those who want to contribute their contents for their betterment of the students. So all the talks and webinars which are being held by NDL are listed over here. As you can see in this list, there are many talks already happened. Our KEDL 2017 talks are also there. 2019 are there. So all these are very important talks. You can just go to the NDL portal and see these lectures. Now this is the mobile app. We are also present in mobile, Android and iPhone. We are also present in Umang. As you know, Umang is a Government of India app. So Umang NDL is also present in Umang. Umang has their own link from them to NDLI. This is the interface of mobile app. The first is the subject domain, like first is the first interface for landing page. Second is what you have searched. Third is how you want to filter. See here, if you want to filter out the contents, you see that there are content type, and if you scroll from left to right or right to left, you can see that all the contents are being, all the filters are being coming out over here. In this bar, if you can search, you can scroll. So this is the mode of NDL. Yes, this is the finally, if you reach a content or you want to browse by source, and finally reach this result set, from where you can click and go to the particular desired content. Now, coming to this Google versus NDLI, we have done a 2 case study where we can see how do we compare ourselves from Google. So there are 2 case studies over here. One is Payal is a girl of class 8 and her native language is Hindi. Her final exams are next month. She is particularly scared of physics, so she want to have some guidance over physics, but in Hindi language. Maybe some question papers also will help her in preparation. Payal's father has Moto G5 with 4 GB RAM. It has Google, YouTube, and NDLI Android app. This is the first case. Second is, this is Shamik. Shamik is an engineering student. He is interested to apply for the PhD position. He needs technical papers on magnetism to build his paper. He wants to write a paper on magnetism. Now Shamik types magnetism in Google, and Payal also types physics in Google. So let us find out if Shamik types magnetism in Google, Google gives him around 2 crores 28 lakhs result. So that is quite difficult for Shamik to find out his desired result. Then he need to give new research papers, maybe whatever he wants to filter out, he needs to give it in the search box. But doing that also will not make Shamik reach his desired content. Even Payal as well. So what they do, they search for magnetism. Shamik search for magnetism in say both of them search for magnetism in India, and each of them today gets 11 lakhs 4,996 results in India. Now what happens, Payal, what she does is she selects educational level because she wants to filter out the results. She selects educational level is 6 to 8 or 5 to 8, sorry, 5 to 8, and the language is Hindi. So she reaches a very few set of results from where she can easily find her desired content. Now what Shamik does just the opposite of that. Shamik finds, he wants to find a technical career or technical paper. He selects what is the kind of content he wants. So he selects technical career or technical paper, and he selects the educational degree as well. So he selects the educational degree is a PhD, educational degree is a master's, educational degree is a master's research. So whatever educational degree he selects, he gets the desired content. So not only in career or technical paper he selects, there are lot many technical papers in NDL, but here also he needs to select his educational degree. So that means each and every student can get his or her own desired content in NDL by doing a filter based search, by doing a filtering. Whatever search he does in magnetism, whatever search he does in the NDL, but ultimately he reaches his own desired content very easily. But in Google, the both Shamik and Payal gets the same set of results, and they are not in a position to filter out the results and come up with their and reach their desired content. Why? Because we preserve the metadata, we curate the metadata according to the NDL schema, and we also take care so that each of the metadata gets it proper faceted so that the people can apply particular filter to it, right? Now this is a comparison between Google and NDLI. We have curated educational content, we have narrowed down search result using filter options, we have modified search based on content like audio, video. If you want to see only the video lectures, if you want to see only audio, if you want to see only presentation, then also it is possible in NDL because you have separate filters, and you can see contents according to the licensing. If it is an NDL licensed content, if it's an open access content, if it is an filtered content, so all these kind of contents NDL can see. So now coming to this most important topic of NDL, that how to contribute to NDLI. Now what to contribute. What are the things you need to contribute to NDL? So you can contribute video files, you can contribute audio files, animations, photographs, documents, and dataset. You can contribute dataset as well. You can contribute the link to the dataset. So video file means you can contribute video lectures. You can contribute for webinars. Say a webinar has been happened. It's a very important thing you wanted that, okay, that's a very fine webinar. I want to contribute to NDL. This is very fruitful for the students, but those webinar must be educational, must have some educational value for the students. NDL only take contents those who have educational values. You have some tutorials, you have some what called tutorials from various type of subjects like maybe some softwares. You have all this kind of video files. You can contribute to NDL. Audio files, you can contribute audio lectures, audio books, songs, music, sound of different events, animals, etc. In place of animations, you can contribute laboratory experiments which has been animated and shown for the betterment of the students, so for better understanding of the students. Some concepts like drawing some figures and giving some concepts about a particular subject, maybe our economic growth, or maybe our socio-political scenario in this pandemic, or maybe some physics experiment, or some chemical experiment, chemistry, or a story. You are narrating a story, animating a story. So that also helps the kids to remain engaged with NDL. So you can donate, or you can contribute contents of that kind of nature to NDL. For in place of photographs, you have event photographs, you have photograph of a physical object, as I've said, the surrogate of a physical object, digital surrogate of a physical object, that's also photographs. So that is also very useful content for NDLI. You can contribute documents like e-books, you can contribute presentation, but keep in mind, each and every content you contribute must be copyright free. We always, our motto is open and inclusive. So first is open. So we will open all this content to the world. So each and everyone will be using this content. So please keep in mind that there must not be any copyright issues. So you need to give copyright free content to NDL. So ebooks which are copyright free, some presentations, user manuals, articles, question papers, solutions, etc. you can contribute to NDLI in documents. For dataset, any kind of dataset which you feel that in this kind of COVID-19 situation you need to contribute to NDL. Maybe some dataset which you find that is very much relevant for kind of an AI research, or maybe some machine learning research, and this kind of a dataset is very much useful, so you can contribute that kind of dataset to NDL. That is that those contents contributions are also acceptable. Now, who could contribute? There are 4 people, those who can contribute. First is you being an institution, university, or a college, you can contribute. You being a teacher or a faculty, you can contribute. You being an organization other than an institute or a university or a college, you being a simple organization, government organization, or a non-government organization, or a non-profitable organization, you can contribute. Or you are an individual contributor, you are an individual collector, you have collected many cultural heritage items, you are a stamp collector, you are a coin collector, you are a collector of old newspaper cuttings, so you can contribute that. You are a collector of maybe some heritage items, maybe long by virtue of your forefathers, you have got to know that there are very such cultural heritage items are with you, which you need to preserve those, digitally preserve. We cannot preserve the contents physically, but we can preserve the contents digitally. So that kind of contributions are also welcome from India. So first is institution or the university or college. How they can contribute? First, set up their digital repository. Digital repository means you set up your digital repository using DSpace, using Islandora, using maybe something else, whatever you feel like. You feel that in my earlier lectures with the Bengal Library Association, you can see how to select a digital repository in my YouTube channel. It is already there in the public, so you can go there and see that how to select a digital repository. That is very important thing, right, from the for the institution, for the colleges, and for all. And upload contents there, articles, journals from faculty, research scholars, and all. Where metadata is obviously it is a mandatory thing, and then content or sharing by OAI-PMH. As you know very well, OAI-PMH is for metadata sharing. Now, how to contribute for a teacher? He can contribute articles, journals, dataset, question papers, solutions, presentations. He can also contribute, as he may be belonging to a college or institute, he can also contribute to the institutional digital repository for his articles, journals, question papers, and all. He can contribute directly to NDL. What he can contribute? Articles, datasets related to COVID-19 research, very old and rare books, collections or items having educational value. All these things can be contributed. Metadata is mandatory in all these cases. For organization, again, institutional digital repository is must. Articles and journals, photographs, audio, video files, old and rare books, periodicals, they can contribute. NDLI, they can directly contribute to NDLI with articles, dataset related to COVID-19 research, or maybe some other educational value. They are thinking some educational values there. Then they may be having some old newspapers. So that is also very much useful for NDL. They may be having some manuscripts, which is also having some educational value nowadays for the research purposes of the upcoming research scholars. So those things are very much useful for our next generation. So this kind of contributions are also accepted. The individual contributor must remember that only digitized contents are acceptable to NDL. We cannot accept physical contents. Now the metadata, they need to create the metadata. NDL will help them out to create the metadata. NDL will give the schema. NDL will teach them how to enter, what to enter where. But the metadata must be created from the individual contributors. They can upload in a portal. Say they have their own portal where they can upload the contents, and say to NDL that okay, these contents are digitized contents are uploaded in this portal, and you can link to the NDL site, or the digital contents could be donated directly to NDL. We also acknowledge them. There is some legal agreement obviously of this, and again we say that copyright free contents are welcome. Now, how to contribute to COVID-19 research? As I've said, that suggested resource, as I've said, this suggested resource is in every COVID-19 research repository, in scholarly publications, dataset, documents, videos, journals, conferences, ideas, funding, challenges, startup, everywhere there is a suggested resource. So once you click on this suggested resource, you come to this contribution form. You fill up this form and submit. It will automatically reach us. We'll get in touch with you and talk to you for your contribution, and then finally link it with the COVID-19 research. You can see your donated content to in the COVID-19 research repository. Now a bit introduction about NDLI Club. And this is the last. I may be taking another 2 or 3 minutes to close. So after that I will ask my friends from Bangladesh to speak, and then I will answer your questions. The objective of NDLI Club is to take the knowledge resources from NDLI to every citizen of the country and promote culture of reading. So this culture of reading is very much required for the NDL, for the people. So NDL wants that each and every person must read must have this reading habit, and this is very much is promoted by NDL by its club project. So the club composition is a minimal composition. I can say at least one student from each class and one faculty from each department, and with librarian as an ex officio secretary and a principal of the ex officio chairman of the club. So librarian and secretary, or the librarian and the principal are the ex officio secretary and the chairman of the club. So it is guided by them with one student from each class and one faculty from each department. So the club registration, this is the link for the registration of the club. But NDL Club, once it launches, will give you a good link to get yourself registered. Still, it is in the queue. Still, it is in the process of making. So let us wait for the club to launch. So some activities of club are lecture series, quiz, talk, go fish, film screening, draw, role play, and then write on market space, debate. All these things are the activities of NDLI Club. So where to start from? From the NDLI Club with members, submit the registration form online, librarian to conduct an NDLI user awareness session for the users. Librarian wants to, if the librarian needs to brief their students, faculties about the NDLI Club, how to register, how to access the NDL resources, and conduct monthly related activities in club. So there are some incentives of NDLI Club. These are not stringent. These are our future plans. So do not go with this that this is not happening and that is not happening. But these are our future plans of NDLI Club. And last but not the least, this is the how to register. Though the registration is not mandatory, but yeah, it is open for all. Anybody can register. We have our presence in Google Play and in App Store for iPhone and Android mobile phones. So register directly. We say either in ndl.itkgp.ac.in or in www.ndl.gov.in. So this is the registration process. You go to either of these sites, register free using valid and active email ID. I would suggest that you please use a valid email ID and active email ID which you are using daily, because we send a lot of promotional emails. You can come to know that these things are happening in NDL. So you cannot, we cannot reach you if your email ID is not active. And our main aim is to reach as many as people as possible and make use of this digital technology to gain access to the knowledge. And an automated mail goes to you for the email. An automated mail from NDL reaches you to your registered email ID with a link to complete your registration process, and then you get to log in. You fill up the rest of the part. You get to log into NDL and view the NDLI page. So that's all. So this is not the end. I will not say thank you. I will say thank you to Gurudas Banerjee College, their principal and their ICAC coordinator, Dr. Joydeep Chando, and all participants to listening to me for patiently and participating in this webinar. So this is not the end. This is the start. So let's get started with ndl.gov.in. And you can see we are present in Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. We are also in YouTube channel. So please, I would say that go to NDL YouTube channel and NDL project site to get to know of NDL and how it works. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Banerjee, for your nice presentation. And more important is the contribution in NDLI database. It is very much important, and it is very much a lively presentation, I say. And there are many questions. I have jotted down some of these to your personal mailbox. Please see it. And now we have two guests. First of all, Dr. Mohammad Shariful Islam from University of Rajshahi, and he is at present the professor and former head of Information Science Department of Information Science and Library Management of University of Rajshahi, and he did his PhD from University of Dhaka, and he is very much popular and well-known face in the academic world in Bangladesh. So may I request Dr. Shariful Islam, please say something, please suggest something about this topic. Please start, sir.
Am I audible? Yes.
Yes, sir. Please start.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Please start.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Principal Gurudas College, Coordinator IQSC, participants from India and Bangladesh, Dr. Anwar Bhai from Lab Bangladesh, Lab Secretary. Very good afternoon to all. Thank you very much, sir, Shivabroto Banerjee, for your valuable and informative presentation. I have enjoyed your full session, and this is very much valuable. I have learned many things about NDLI. I would like to thanks Gurudas College Library Authority, especially Dr. Joydeep Chandoda, for giving me the opportunity to speak here in this webinar. I will actually talk about a little bit about digital library initiative in Bangladesh. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Please continue.
Yes. Thank you, sir. I know you know very well. In Bangladesh, a number of digital library initiatives have been made so far with a view to provide their users with access to scholarly electronic resources. But the matter of sorrow that no initiative has been taken so far for establishing National Digital Library of Bangladesh like NDLI. However, institutionally digital libraries or digital institutional repositories have been set up by various public and private university libraries, special libraries and information centers. The National Library of Bangladesh and the National Museum Library of Bangladesh have also been automated and digitized their resources. In 2013, East West University, you know, East West is a leading and renowned university. It is a private university. There was taken an initiative to digitize libraries in Bangladesh under Digital Library Network in South Asia, DELNET SA. But the initiative didn't get much response. Besides, in 2012, University Grants Commission UGC of Bangladesh formed a UGC-led digital library named UDL. Actually, UDL is not a digital library, it is a consortium. Through this consortium, public and private university libraries of Bangladesh use online full text journal, e-books, databases by paying yearly subscription fees. Actually, the libraries of Bangladesh are facing a number of unique challenges like poor ICT infrastructure and high cost associated with procurement, organization, management, and dissemination of e-resources. My last talk, that is the matter of hope that our government, the government of Bangladesh, is working hard to establish a digital Bangladesh within 2021. So I would like to draw the attention of the policymaker as well as the stakeholder to develop a national digital library platform for the greater interest of the preservation, management, and dissemination of digital resources. It would be a great achievement if we could successfully develop and introduce such platforms like NDL of India. Thank you everyone for listening me. Now I would like to ask two questions to Shivabroto sir. Sir, is it possible for other countries like Bangladesh join or access with NDL of India? If yes, what will be the criteria for joining? And my second question is it possible, sir, for other countries to contribute their institutional repositories to NDLI? Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Joydeep Dada, for giving me the opportunity to speak here. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, I will answer later on. So please.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Shariful Islam. You have raised two important issues for a country like Bangladesh, and again and again I want to give you thanks for coming and joining this lecture. Thank you once again. Now we have one big personality of Bangladesh, Dr. Muhammad Anwarul Islam. He is at present the librarian of Shere Bangla Agricultural University, and He was the former registrar of this particular university, and he did his PhD from Odisha Sambhalpur University. And at present, he also the General Secretary of Library Association of Bangladesh. So, may I request Dr. Muhammad Anwarul Islam to say something about this topic? Sir, please start your lecture.
Good afternoon, everybody. Especially I thanks. I'm giving thanks to to S. Banerjee, who has given his lecture very nicely. The problem is that I could not see his screen widely. Maybe I'm new in this stream yet, or I don't have idea how to enlarge the screen. Maybe. But I tried. Because of that, and I express my gratitude to Guru's College, to the principal, Madam, IPSC director, and especially to Joydeep Chanda, who is very much relating to me because he is the treasurer of Bengal Library Association, and I am the Secretary General of Library Association of Bangladesh. So we have what is the note, have the we have the single, we are in the single node actually, and I will just speak a little bit regarding the National Digital Library India. Actually, I visited the site yesterday, and I am registered myself as a user. I checked it. Very curiously, actually, I did not have much time to see it, but I checked it. I searched some documents there and how it is already a little bit I have checked, and I found that it's very nice because it's not so bulky. So, when you are adding something, only metadata are adding in your site, maybe or may not be. And when you're searching a document like the journal article, what happened? We'll show the link directly to that site. For that reason, that will not be much more bulky. And another thing is that uh, I have a question to S. Banerjee. Uh, I'm regularly using Chodh Ganga, a great reservoir of the thesis in India, because as a librarian, sometimes I'm helping the boys and girls or students or researchers how to use the Chodh Ganga. And have there is any scope to include all the things from the Shodganga? And I have checked the OAIMAs from the Shodganga, but I did not get access from that place. Shodganga should be included here. Absolutely, certainly, is OIPME's method. We have to follow that. And another issue is important that Shodganga, Chidduganga also included here. Shodhganga has the UGC control, I think UGC India control, and for that reason, I did my PhD in 2007, but my thesis also in Shodhganga, because it is the university had to input their records to the Shodhganga. There is a binding from the UGC. Have there is any bindings from the NDLI to have to give the records, have to contribute the records to the central depository like the NDLI. That is important. Another thing is the most important to us, sustainability of the project. Because when the fund will stop, the project will stop. It is very much happening in Bangladesh also, and it happened in America also, because we are using tea, the essential agricultural library. There are 6 lakhs, about 6 lakhs records are there. They wrote us, we will not continue our project, so it is our last. So I'm shocked. Sustainability is the most important. I think that you are here, your NDLI will sustain, must sustain hope to sustain. And just I am just telling some little bit regarding Bangladesh issues. My brother, Professor Dr. Muhammad Shariful Islam, he explained a little bit regarding the digital libraries issues in Bangladesh. Some of the libraries of Bangladesh, private and public sector, they have digitized their materials and they kept in the repository. And there is a UDC UDL. There is a consortia like the InflipNet. It was founded in 2013, maybe 13 or 12, 13, 13,
12,
13 or
12.
14. 12, yes, 12. But when I was the student of Shambalpur University in 2005, in that case, I saw the Inflip 2005 and 2012. That means about 7 or 8 years difference between both the two countries. So, Mr. Sorry, Professor Sorry,
Yeah,
actually, we are waiting for that time. We did most of the works under the funded by the World Bank HECAP
yeah,
project,
yeah. Hacker project.
and we are yeah, HECAP project. We are waiting for the HEAT project. HEAT project next time is coming after the COVID period. I think so. The next year it will come, and we will start again to develop our library sectors in Bangladesh. Uh, and and another request to is energy. Please
Yes.
invite some Bangladeshi to see your project. Because of that, we are the librarian. We have a little bit knowledge on the IT. So if we visit, we can visit your project. We'll see what type of collaboration of the machine and man and others. We may see. So you are requested. Please give us chance to visit your NDLI works, certainly we'll visit it. And if you need any help from Bangladesh or from our side, certainly we'll do it. We'll do. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Joydeep, for your giving chance me to say something regarding a great work of South Asia, NDLI. Thanks a lot. Thanks again. Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Muhammad Anwarul Islam. Actually, this is a type of webinar which crosses the border of the country. In our chat box,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
person from Indonesia ask some questions, person from Bangladesh ask some questions, person from other countries ask some questions. So it is a great privilege for us to organize this type of webinar. So may I request Mr. S. Banerjee to answer the questions of Dr. Shariful Islam and Dr. Anwarul Islam. And there are some questions I have jotted down in the private box. Have you seen it?
Yeah, acha, private box. Okay, I'll just see. Okay. Yeah, I have got your questions. Yes.
Okay. Please answer these
Okay.
questions.
Okay. So first I will answer to Dr. Muhammad Shariful Islam's question that Bangladesh needs to contribute to NDLI, and Bangladesh needs to, actually both of you, Dr. Muhammad Shariful Islam and Dr. Muhammad Anwarul Islam, both are keen to integrate with NDLI. Yes, NDLI is also keen to integrate with you. You might know that if you go to our project site, ndlproject.iitkgp.ac.in, there you will see we had recently a conference in 2019 December, where we had this conference is actually our KDL 2019. We say Knowledge Engineering in Digital Libraries. Lot many participants from Bangladesh has participated there, and there was collaboration with all the most of the SAARC countries, with UNESCO as well. In between, UNESCO will be coordinating with all the SAARC countries to build their own digital libraries and finally integrate to a big digital library. So I think better is that we need to get in touch with UNESCO, and I think I will take your message to our mentors so that they get in touch with you regarding this coordination of digital libraries and coordination of the, or maybe sharing of resources, sharing of contents and all these things, right? So but we are already in this process. We had a good discussion there with the UNESCO, taking into UNESCO being the pivot over there, and integrating with coordinating with all the countries, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, probably yeah, Bhutan was also there. Bhutan or Nepal was there. Even I just forgot the names of those persons, those who have collaborated with us. UNESCO is taking care of all these things. So I think better is UNESCO to take care of this situation. So you also please approach to UNESCO for saying your means with your request, so that UNESCO does the needful. So again, I would answer to Dr. Muhammad Anwarul Islam that Shodh Ganga sir, if you have visited NDLI portal, you will see that if you search browse by source, if you browse by source and type Shodh Ganga, there Shodh Ganga is already integrated in us with us. NDLI hosts all the Shodh Ganga contents mostly. That is a great thing already, because we are integrated with Shodh Ganga for past 2 or 3 years, and we are constantly updating. Maybe it is last time we have updated is 6 months back, so you will find at least more than 2 lakh contents of Shodh Ganga there. So Shodh Ganga is there, Shodh Gangotri is there. So all type of contents related to InfluBNet. See, our aim is to integrate all kinds of educational contents. Shodh Ganga is a hub of all the PhD thesis and repositories of all the UGC accredited colleges. So Shodh Ganga, we request, actually there are many requests to us that their college has uploaded contents to Shodh Ganga, but they are not a content contributor of NDLI, as Shodh Ganga is the content contributor of NDLI. So a lot of requests has come to us that we have contributed the contents indirectly to NDLI. So why we are not the content contributors, right? So those are also an issue we are dealing with. So Shodh Ganga is already there. And yes, we are ready to join hands with Bangladesh. If any technical difficulties, I can say up to technical difficulties only, because I am a technical person. So if you are facing any kind of technical difficulties, please let me know. Please let me know by my email address, my WhatsApp number, whatever it is. I will be very happy to help you out in any kind of situation. Maybe guiding you with the designing of a repository of this kind. We have around currently hosting around a bit less than 5 crore contents. Around 4.9 crore contents are already in our NDLI repository. That is a big repository which we can talk about. So this kind of repository, as I say, requires a lot of technical expertise also to design. So as we have already done with all those difficulties and come up to a level that we can suggest some of the big repositories, technically help some of the big repositories to come up. So I think we will be able to help you out in design your own repository. So that is not a problem, right? But for contribution and for integration with NDLI, yes, I would say that please talk to UNESCO, and UNESCO is coordinating all these things for all the SAARC countries. We will be glad to have such a collaborative digital repository. I think I have answered the questions of both of you, Dr. Muhammad Sariful Islam and Dr. Muhammad Anwarul Islam.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so I will
Thank you,
answer
thank you,
some
sir.
of the questions of Dr. Joydeep Chandu. He has selected some of the question. Jadav Jaiprakash, since there are many contributors from all over the world, what about the copyright of the contents? Yes, copyright of the contents, we have generally, we say that we do not keep the contents. So the copyright of the contents especially are with the content providers. If they keep their contents open access, it is their what called piece of cake. And if their contents are closed, then also it is their like piece of cake. How would they keep their contents and all these things? But yes, we are only giving link to their contents. We are giving link to their content. So content what we develop ourselves, and the contents which are, we know that it is fully open access, we keep only those contents NDLI, which is with NDLI, which is locally hosted from NDLI, and those are given open access. Devashish Bera, Devashish Bera, how to reach the particular search topic in searching system. There are a lot of material showing in any search how it filters. Yes, sir. Filter is to the left hand side of your screen. If you are in any of those search results, to the left hand side of your screen, you will see some filters, some facets. There, if you click on any of those facets, you will see a pull down menu comes up. There you can apply your own filter and you can reach your desired content. Just as I was telling that in the Google and NDLI comparison, you would say that the Shamik person, he can filter out his contents from the educational degree. See, from the, if you see to the left hand side of your NDLI portal, you will see that there is a facet called educational degree. If you click on that, there comes educational degree, PhD, MS, MTech, all these things are there. So undergraduate BTech, BSc is also there probably. So all these contents, you can click on the desired educational degree you want. That degree contents related to those degrees will be shown. So those are the filters. Now comes Kadanya Ghonge. How the data is stored in NDL. Is there any backup? It is very helpful for self-learners and multidisciplinary subjects. Yes, NDL, as you know, that it is currently hosting around 5 crore content. So backup is a very important thing to NDL. We generally keep 3 backups. These are all technical questions. Data is stored in NDL in storage servers, which are very fast in nature and deliver the contents directly from them, right? Deepika Kale, how an Indian Navy Institute can have access to NDL, especially for research purpose of PhD students. See, anyone can have access to NDL. There is nothing kind of restriction that these people can access, those people cannot access. It is open to the world, so anyone staying at any place can access to NDL. Yes, if you have some restriction in your institute or your organization, please talk to your network system administrator over there so that you can gain access to NDL. You can self-register yourself using any email address. It is not that you can use only your institutional mail or you can use your Gmail. There is no such restriction on mail address, but that mail address must be active one so that NDL can at least reach you directly through that email address. Because initially while you register, you will be sent a link to fill up your details. So this is the way anyone for anything can access NDL. Arup Balaji, Arup Bilaji, no Bijali, Arup Bijali. Please mention how users of undergraduate college community can get downloadable reading materials according to their syllabus by using NDLI platforms. See, for downloadable contents, NDLI is not the platform, because download, we have allowed download earlier, but what happened is there are many people, those who have with wrong intention, they download the contents, they print that content and they start selling. So that it is the reason, that is why NDLI has stopped downloading, giving this download access. But NDLI is open 24/7, so you can, once you are accessing NDL from the mobile, it is automatically downloaded to your mobile. You can see it, but in your portal you can directly view it from NDL page. So there is no such restriction that NDL is open from 10 to 5 and after that it is closed. You can visit NDLI portal at any point of time, any time of the day, and then start reading. Yes, for reading materials, yes, I can say that please don't expect that there are the books you use for references. those books will be available in NDL. It is not like that, because the books you use for reference, those are all copyrighted books you buy from different bookshops. So those are all copyrighted books. So those books will not be available in NDL. But you can find similar kind of books in NDL platform. Bongo Sri De, she's saying that is textbook of undergraduate courses available in India. The same my answer, that undergraduate courses, if it is a textbook, if it is available in the market by giving some price, then that book will be not be available in India, because that book is copyrighted. So all non-copyrighted items are available in India. Pradenya Ghonge, how the sources are updated in NDLI? Yes, the sources are updated in NDLI. Like initially, we take the harvest the source from the source. We harvest the metadata only from the different content providers or source sites. Then we curate the metadata. Curate means each of these sources have their own metadata schema. We translate that metadata schema into NDLI schema. Then we update into NDLI. We upload into NDLI, which is again indexed, and you see the results. Hira Kurai Chaudhary, please explain the portion how documents are contributed in NDLI. Which kind of documents? If you say, if you are a faculty, you want to contribute your video lectures documents, you are free to mail to me or support@ndl.iitkgp.ac.in. support@ndl.iitkgp.ac.in. I would ask Dr. Joydeep Chandra to type this one mail address, support@ndl.iitkgp.ac.in in the chat box, so that everybody can see the email address for to contribute their contents. And if you want to contribute for COVID-19, you already have a portal, you already have a form from where you can contribute to COVID-19 portal. Yes, I think, another some, yeah, Arup Bijali, how NDLI would be helpful to the job seeker by providing them useful resources in relation to prepare for competitive exam. Yes, Arup, this is a very good question. So one of the best question of NDL for this webinar. We are currently have the question papers of all UPSC exams, of all career level exams. So please do go to NDL, find out your exam. You can have the questions, but for answers and solutions, we are currently behind it. Recently, NDL will be very soon. NDL will be launching their career repository, just like COVID repository. NDL will be launching their career repository, which will also help the students preparing for their competitive exam. But now, for the time being, you can have the question papers, you can have the answers for those. You can have the question papers, sorry, you don't have the answers, you can have the question papers only. But for in near future, maybe in, I'm not sure, I cannot commit, but maybe we can expect by 2021, we can have all the question papers along with solutions and everything, even model question papers for the competitive exam to help the students preparing for that. Sujan B. Chakraborty, sir, is there any option for any workshop training, etc. with NDL? Yes, sir, there is already an option, but you know, let this pandemic be over, then we can plan any workshop or training. But for the time being, you can see my video lectures in the YouTube channel. In my YouTube channel, you can see the video lectures explaining very well how to install DSpace, how to configure, how to enable the advanced features of DSpace, how to work with DSpace. Everything is there. So please do follow my YouTube channel for all these things. Even in NDL project portal, it is also linked. Bashar Mukherjee, is there any foreign language learning tutorial in NDLI? If yes, please show how to access those tutorials. I'm not very sure that foreign language learning tutorial is there or not, but there are some foreign language tutorials, some dictionaries are also there. But you please go into NDL. Onto the left hand side, you will find facet, there are language facet. In that language facet, please type or please select any foreign language, and you can view those foreign language contents in NDLI. Shubhashish Chatterjee is asking, sir, is there any easy process to take institutional membership of NDLI in a shortest way? It always asks for database in CSV file, yes, and take long time. Yes, actually, best way to get yourself registered in NDL. See, now the registration is no doubt it is not mandatory, but still I would request all of you to get yourself registered in NDL, because there are a lot many things will be coming up in NDL, like South Asian archives and all these things. You cannot visit unless otherwise you are registered to NDL, right? So there is no shortest way, only a way that you make your students understand that you get yourself registered individually. That is totally hassle free. You also don't have any headache. You ask the student that please register in NDLI and let me know. Like, you tell their students from your institute that using their own institutional ID, that you register in NDL using this institutional ID, or maybe their Gmail ID, or maybe whatever ID they have. But you make your student convinced that they should register themselves in NDL. But that is the most easiest way, I think. But getting the database in CSV and then uploading into NDLI, it takes a lot of time. The CSV may not be accurate. It's all programs which is happening. All these things is taking place. So each and every program wants that the file which is getting uploaded must be a correct one. So this is the problem. So convince your students to get them registered in NDL. Thank you, Jadid. I think I have completed all the questions.
Thank you, thank you, Mr. Banerjee, for nice presentation. And a program is good or bad depends upon the lively question. So there are so many questions, until there are so many pending questions, but due to time constraints, it is not possible for us to answer all of these. So in case of any question, you can just throw the question through our feedback form. And two important announcement: our feedback form will be open in our registration page from 6:30 onwards, and you can download your certificates from our registration link from 7:30 onwards. So thank you all for your nice presentation, and thank you all participants. Now from our college, Gurudas College, may I request the Honorable Secretary of Teachers Council, Professor Samrat Chatterjee, to deliver the formal vote of thanks.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. On behalf of Gurudas College, it is my pleasure to thank Mr. Shivabruta Banerjee for his informative lectures regarding this topic. I would like to thank our respected principal, Dr. Mousumi Chatterjee. Without her inspiration, this program cannot be performed. I would like to thank all the respected speakers, Dr. Muhammad Anarul Islam and Dr. Sariful Islam, for their views. And lastly, I would like to thank all the participants and my colleagues for being with this seminar, for being with this webinar. So thank you once again all. Thanks to everybody.
Thank you, Samrat. I think this is the end of the program. So if we organize another program with NDLI or other, we will inform you. So please attend our forthcoming programs. So thanks once again, and namaskar to all.
Jadida, one request. Lastly, somebody has asked us that for the PPT, for the presentation, I will send you the presentation. Please put it up somewhere else, somewhere, so that it could be downloaded by all.
Okay, your PPT will be just downloaded in our registration link. So after you just give us the PPT, we will just upload it in our registration link. No problem about that. So interested persons may download the PPT. So once again, on behalf of the college, thank you all.
Thank you, Professor Chatterjee. Thank you, Dr. Muhammad Amanul Aslam, and thank you, Jadid.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you once again. Namaskar.
Namaskar.